proper trench depth for conduits depends on several factors. These include the type of conduit, the voltage of the wires it carries, the soil conditions, and local regulations. Firstly, let's look at general guidelines. For low-voltage conduits, think of telecom or signal wires. These are typically buried 18 inches below the finished grade. However, in areas with shallow bedrock or pavement, they may be buried less than 18 inches. Secondly, high-voltage conduits, like those for power lines, are generally buried 24 inches below the finished grade. Similar to low-voltage situations, in areas with shallow bedrock or pavement, they may be buried less than 24 inches but often require additional protective measures. For example, concrete encasement. Now let's discuss specific code requirements. The National Electrical Code, or NIC, specifies minimum burial depths for electrical conduits. These depths depend on the voltage and soil conditions. For low voltage applications, meaning less than 30 volts, the NEC specifies a minimum burial depth of 6 inches below grade. For high voltage applications, that is 30 volts or more, the minimum burial depth is 18 inches below grade. However, it's crucial to check local codes and regulations. Local jurisdictions may have specific requirements for conduit burial depths. This is especially true in areas with harsh weather conditions or without underground utilities. There are also alternative depth considerations to keep in mind. The term below rough grade refers to the depth measured from the surface of the ground before any grading or landscaping takes place. Typically, the finished grade is higher than the rough grade. Therefore, conduits buried below rough grade may end up deeper than 18 or 24 inches below finished grade. Also consider depth below top of rock or pavement. In areas with shallow bedrock or pavement, conduits may be buried less than 18 or 24 inches below finished grade, but they must be at least 18 inches below the top of the rock or pavement. In these situations, concrete encasement or other protective measures may be required. We also need to consider the soil conditions. Burial depths may need to be increased in soft or unstable soil. This prevents damage to conduits from shifting soil. Conduit should also be buried sufficiently deep to avoid conflicts with existing underground utilities. These utilities include gas, water, or sewer lines. Finally, proper excavation and backfill techniques are important. They ensure the integrity of the conduits.